am rattled. I am legitimately rattled. Anyway, I'm playing a video for you. I want to see if you agree with him.
Look, we're as close in points to Everton as we are Liverpool.
You're not massive on the ownership, right?
No, I hate them. No, I detest everything about them. The worst thing to have ever happened to Chelsea Football Club. Like, I really hate them.
Okay. Can you tell me why?
Yeah, absolutely. We're passionately and happily. Yeah, I certainly will. I don't think they have the best interests of Chelsea at heart. I don't think they have any interest in the club. It's pure business. It's sort of disgraceful business.
Yeah.
You look at the way that they're ripping off the fans. You look at the way that if you think about the way that they've treated some of the like Chelsea kids.
Yes.
Conor Gallagher is a good example.
Yeah.
Trevor Chalobah is a good example. So no, I have absolutely no love for the way that they're doing it. Of course, on some level, you have to concede that it's working because we're third in the league.
Yes.
But we got 4 points more this season than we had last season. And last season was seen as 4 points. Look, it's part of the reason that we're third is because Postecoglou is, in my opinion, right for a sacking. Yeah. I think Postecoglou's getting it so wrong and nobody really likes to talk about it because they like him. Arsenal are having a nightmare. Like, we shouldn't be above Arsenal. The reason that we're third is because Arsenal have gone to pot. Yeah.
Wowza. I can't believe what I've just heard. I've not heard that, but that is wild. That is absolutely insane for me. He's trying. Does he support Chelsea or what? Like, what's he trying to say here? Like, listen, I've criticised Chelsea plenty of times on this show, plenty of times, so much so that their fans get rattled and DM me. But like, you've got to look at Chelsea. Look at the way they're playing. Right, they're third in the league. They're a point behind us. Yeah, they're on course for their targets, their objectives. I think if you would have said to what their objectives this season, right, to get Champions League football and win some trophies, win some silverware. Right, well, they're gonna. Let's be honest, they're gonna win that Conference League with ease. Yeah, they'll probably win that with the reserves. Yeah. They go and try and give it a good go in the FA Cup. Yeah, Jackson's massively improved. They've still got a massive issue at the back with Sanchez, but I'm sure they'll resolve that in January or the summer. Like, he's doing a decent job, man. Like, fair enough. I just don't really understand what he's. Listen, he's got some problem with the owners, fair dues, but it seems like he's not just got a problem with the owners. He's got a problem with what? The way they're playing. The fact that they're third, and then try to say, well, we're only third because Arsenal, blah, 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 and Tottenham, blah, blah, blah. The league is what the league is. I'd be first if Liverpool weren't going on a madness. So we can't flip it and say, oh, well, actually, all's not that bad at Manchester City, even though we've lost 5 games in a row, because Liverpool shouldn't be first because they've got a new manager and they should never be first. That'd be ridiculous. Because he said it the other way around, it sounds good. I don't know, man. I don't really understand what he's saying. Listen, I agree with him on the owners. I think the owners have absolutely been horrific. I think some of the way that they've approached this is bad. But I think that they're trying to rectify it. There's a whole thing about the business thing. I don't know anything about that. I don't know about the fans. I don't know what they do with the tickets, merch, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but on the pitch, showing signs of improvement. You know, Caicedo now is by far the best DM in the league when Rodri's not here. By far, he looks amazing. Jackson's massively improved. Palmer is still going to be cooking. Lavia is starting to find some rhythm. You know, I just don't see what the hatred is. Yeah, they still need maybe another transfer window, maybe 2, but I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. Yeah, the owners are bad, but that's OTT for me. Go and win an FA Cup, go and win the Conference League next year, have a title challenge. I think that's what they're on course for.
I'm not going to say I disagree with LB, but I think what Rory has done there is he's gone in on the ownership. And I don't think he's wrong so far. Could be in May. Chelsea get top 4, win Conference League and win an FA Cup. Then it could be like, well, the ownership have done what they needed to spend money to get them winning again. But right now it has been a bit of a mess, like LB says, the ownership. I do agree with LB and to say that the players definitely got better, though. I think Enzo Maresca has done very well so far. I think they've had a structure. However, when you look at what Rory's saying, he's kind of right with the Arsenal and City situation. Like, Chelsea are happy right now. Arsenal and City fans aren't. So that tells you where we're kind of at. They're like, wow, we're near Arsenal. Oh my God. Well, that's like, you've fallen off then, because Chelsea should be winning stuff with what they spend and where they are as a club. Like, in the last 2 decades, they've won more than anybody.
Yeah, but they will win a trophy this year.
Say again?
They will win a trophy this year. They'll win that Conference
League. They'll win that Conference League, yeah. Well, I imagine they will, yeah. But in terms of where they are in the league right now, they are doing well and we are doing pretty poor. So that's why they're near us. So I kind of agree with Rory in there to say that the only reason we are where we are is, and people are getting excited is because Arsenal and City have been dropped off and not been that great.
You can't say that though, Potsy. You can't just say.
No, but he's keeping it real with where Chelsea are at, isn't he? He's going, I'm not getting excited yet. I think we're doing
get excited, but like it sounds like he's just like crapping on the team.
But he's really come in the ownership more, hasn't he? He's not really said, "Oh, we're playing awful. This is terrible. I can't believe what I'm watching. It's a shambles."
No, but then comments though about we're only third because Spurs are bad and Arsenal are bad.
Yeah, and look, when he says they're only 4 points better off than lot, no, I understand that, but sometimes they're still 4 points better off than they were last year, which means a quarter of the way through the season, or just over a quarter of the way, if they maintain that throughout the rest of the campaign, they're 12 points better off. And I mean, that's a significant improvement, being 12 points better than they were. They had 12 more points last season. I swear they'd have made the Champions League. They could have even come third last year. And so, I think they are improving. I get what he's saying about the ownership. He's from that.
I agree.
He's from that percentage of Chelsea fans who kind of wants owners that are all about the club. I think whenever you get bought or invested into by venture capitalists, there's a logical thing to say, well, they want to make a profit from us in the future because they're investing for a reason. That is to sell you for more money than they bought you for. It's not a dig, it's a fact. But where I disagree with him is this. For them to make a profit, they've got to get Chelsea back to winning. They've got to make Chelsea a bigger, more successful and more popular team than they were when they took over. Otherwise, other than the land that they own, which is very lucrative in West London, they will lose a lot of value. They won't be as attractive. People don't just buy a football club because of what the land it sits on is worth. It's about the brand. It's about the icon element of the football club. So the one thing I would say where I think he's wrong is that, yes, they may care about selling it in 10, 15 years for profit. But to do that, they have to make you successful on the football pitch. And as long as they're making you successful on the football pitch, that should be a really important element. I understand he was very disappointed with the idea of leaving Stamford Bridge due to I think it was Peter Osgood, who I didn't realize was buried with ashes, which means he is buried underneath the penalty spot in the shed end. I understand there's a percentage of fans who are very attached to their Stamford Bridge and their ground in that way. But to say that I don't like this narrative, where I completely disagree with him, this narrative of fake league positions. When Man United came second under Ollie, that wasn't a fake position. That wasn't I just don't believe in it. That season, we were the second best team in England, whether people like it or not. We were nowhere near a title race, but we still were the second best team in England that year. I just don't buy into this. It's a fake position. This team fell off, so therefore, where we are.
I agree with that. I agree with that. It's not a fake position because you're in the position the league table don't lie. What I will say is, I think where perhaps I've listened to it differently to you guys is that I think he said, yeah, like, we're all good at the moment, but I'm not getting carried away. That's the way I've listened to that. But if you've listened to that wrong, then fair play. He definitely don't like the owners, and I can understand why. I think in the last couple of years it's been a shambles. They've definitely got a little bit better. And I think when you look at the manager they've appointed, he's definitely better than what Poch had done with this team. I think Chelsea are 2 or 3 players away from going for a title. But I think where Chelsea have fallen so far is they were winning Champions Leagues and titles and they were being competitive. Now they're not. They need to remember where to get to now. It can't be like, this is brilliant what I'm seeing at Chelsea. I'm so happy here being sitting in 5th.
No, I agree. I agree.
That's where I'm at with what Rory was saying. I think he's like, let's just calm down a minute. We're still not where we want to be. That's how I interpreted that. But maybe he's gone over the top with the ownership or whatever it be. But, you're not fake positions. You are where you are. And I think you deserve to be where you are.
I agree with them. I don't think the Chelsea fans... I wrote a little article. I don't really write a lot, but I wrote an article yesterday and someone called me out for a passage in it where I said that Man United fans have got, with our new owners and with Amorim, need to have really high standards and patience. And he responded with, but it's impossible in life to have high standards and patience at the same time. It's either one or the other. And it made me laugh a little bit because I thought, please don't tell me we're believing that in society now, that they're mutually exclusive of each other. You can have high standards, but zero patience. And I'm sitting there as someone that's worked for, some of the biggest companies in the world. I run my own businesses. I'm bringing up my children. I've trained dogs. I've been an athlete. I've done a number of things in my 38 years on this earth. And to say that you can't have high standards and patience at the same time is, I'm going to say it in a very blunt way. It is absolutely fucking mental to think about life in that way. It is. Of course, you can have high standards and patience. It depends upon your starting position. I think that City fans should have less patience than Man United fans currently with how quick it should be to turn their team's fortunes around. City's fix should be much faster than Man United's. Better manager, much better squad, in a better position, a well-oiled machine, compared to 11 years of decay and failure and trying to rebuild from that position again. But we can both have the same standards. There just needs to be a different level of patience or time that you put on it. And I think that that's all Chelsea fans have got to do. Maintain a desire to get back to the very top, but understand, I know they won that Champions League, but every Chelsea fan I've ever spoken to worth their salt will tell you they were struggling to compete for a league title for a number of years. This isn't just 2 years of not competing for a league title. It's about 7. And you can't just turn that oil tanker around. It's going to take time. So I get elements of what Rory said, but overall, they're moving in the right direction. They're getting back towards their best. The only thing they can't do, which I agree with 100% with you on Potsy, is they can't just go, oh, we're top 4 again. Now we're fine. We don't have to put any pressure on our owners.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm
at. On their neck. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that element. But I saw that comment today doing the rounds, and there's a lot of Chelsea fans that are angry with. They, for some reason,
Rory does not. He rattles a lot of people. Rory,
they do seem to get a little wound up by him. They do. This here says, name a club that went through what Chelsea went through and is still in existence. What do you mean?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
So name a club that had a billionaire owner that then got taken over by another billionaire that's still in existence.
I feel sorry for him. I feel terrible for him.
They spent 1.5 billion quid, bro. Nah, he must mean something else, man. No, there's no way.
He must mean something, man. Feel sorry for Bury, who are now no longer a club. Don't feel sorry for Chelsea, dear me. Oh my word, unbelievable, isn't it?
The only reason Rory is angry at Chelsea is because he was not hired as part of the Chelsea media team. Really? I'm going to be blunt with you, though. I swear the companies he works for pay more money than Chelsea's media team. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if he's to hear. I hope you're well to hear, by the way. Long time no see, brother. I hope you're well. Rory Jennings makes money from trashing his club. It's interesting, though, because I don't think Rory will see it as him trashing his club. I think what Rory thinks he's doing is protecting what he believes to be the true soul and nature of his football club. Doesn't mean he's right. Doesn't mean I agree with him. I'm playing devil's advocate here.
I disagree with that. I don't think he's making money from trashing his club. I think he's giving his opinion, which some people don't like, and then people just get really emotional about it. That's what it is.
You see that all the time. You know, I mean, you're part of AFTV. The amount of people that have accused Robbie, have accused Lee Gunner, have accused these guys, you're making money off your team failing. I've always disagreed with that notion. No, you're giving an honest opinion about how you don't have to agree with that person's opinion, but they're giving an honest opinion about how they feel. And I think 99.9% of content creators and YouTubers just speak how we truly feel. I don't think we all, we sit backstage and talk, and never do we sit there and go, right, guys, today, Potsy, I need you to have this opinion. And LB, I've got to say this today for the show, please. Like, it's just, I don't know about you boys. I've never been anywhere where that conversation has took place. No, so, yeah.
And if it was, I'd leave if that was what it was.
Yeah, same. Got taken over by the government. Almost got you didn't almost get disbanded. You always
the government were never going to let Chelsea go bust, man. Come on.
No, they weren't going to do that.
They weren't going to do that, bro. They waited, and then waited for you to get a billionaire to take you over, and then let them spend on 1.5 bill. Like, the government were never going to let Chelsea go bust. They just
If they nationalised you and they made it so that Theresa May was running you, then I would feel sorry for you, but that didn't happen. His big arguments take was also atrocious.
I think he means Big Ange, does he not?
Oh, his Big Ange take, yeah. Not argument.
What did he say about Big Ange?
Well, he was unstackable. Well, to be fair, if you spoke to a Spurs fan, maybe not after this weekend, but if you spoke to Spurs, a lot of Spurs fans were saying he is in that territory. So I don't think that was atrocious take, really. To be fair.
No, I hear that.